Hello and welcome back to
Let's Talk Marriage.
where we speak what?
Marriage through transparency.
Absolutely. Why are you looking so low today? Why you look low?
I don't know.
Like sit up. You look
crunchy.
You look like you crunched all up like I don't love you or something. What's wrong with you?
It's better?
Yeah, that's better. Oh my goodness. We have been gone away for what?
Almost 3 weeks?
It hasn't been no 3 weeks.
It has been 3 weeks.
It has not been no 3 weeks. It really has been?
Yes, 3 weeks.
So we were gone because I actually needed a break. You know, with the death of my mom and a bunch of other things that were happening at my business and things like that, I was telling him I needed some mental health days. Like sometimes you think that you can just do it all, but then I realized that you can't, and I needed a break. So I'm glad that I took the break. I had a really nice time. Oh, you see that little hair on my shirt?
I see.
Whatever. So we had a really, really nice, 3 weeks off, and I went on a nice little vacation with my best friend. It was her 50th birthday. And then I did a couple of seminars. You were there with me.
Yes, you did.
And we did a lot of things with the kids, and we just had to get the house kind of settled before we could even come back, because everything was just in, I won't say a disarray, but in my mind, to try and come on here to give anything to anybody.
You had to clear your thoughts.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I was crying every 5 minutes. It just wasn't working for me. So there's no sense in coming on, and we're talking about marriage and healing of minds and all these other things. And then I was in just turmoil. So I am better. We're back, and I'm truly excited about today. What about you?
Oh, yes. It's something new. We're trying to do something new. No, not trying. We are going to do something new. And we're trying to bring better materials to you guys. So, you could expect something great from us.
Every time we come online, so we haven't been on, like you said, in 3 weeks. I don't think it's 3 weeks, but he said 3 weeks. And I see that my kids have been playing with our stuff.
Mhm.
So things are just out of whack and acting all crazy. And I'm just like, you got to be kidding me. So I'm telling you, technical difficulties sometimes are just out of control.
Correct.
But anyhow, so we want you guys to know that we're all the places that you can find us. And one of those places are right here on YouTube.
Correct.
So make sure that you guys go and subscribe to us. And like we always say, even if it is not for you, it could be for who? Ilias?
Somebody else.
It could be for somebody else. So even if you're not interested in what we have to say and your marriage is perfect, or you don't have any of these things going on, you can always just give this to somebody else. Somebody else may be blessed or healed from this. Also, you can find us on Spotify. You can find us on iHeartRadio. So while you're driving in your car, you can just put us on in your ear, and then we'll talk to you.
Yes, we will. All the way to your job.
Also, you can find us on Instagram, and like I said, YouTube, and we are sometimes on Reddit.
Correct.
So you can find us in all of those different places. So without further delay, today we have a topic. I feel like I'm always talking.
Well, right now you are.
You're a mess, and I don't like you today.
Oh, yes, you do.
Yeah, I do.
Well,
so our topic today, because you know what the topic is?
Yes, I do.
What is the topic?
Helping men or women build while struggling.
Oh, you have been paying attention, because usually I'm having to pay attention. So helping a man or a woman build while struggling. Let me tell you why we came up with this thing, or how I kind of came up with it, right?
Yes, you did. Yes, you really did.
So while I was away on vacation, there was a young lady that asked me, and she said that I could do this and I could talk about it. If she decides to come on and share, that would be great. And you all can also chime in. We do have our phone lines open at 754-303-9976. You guys can also comment, like, and share, especially once we, get going here. So, I burped. That's from that food from earlier. Oh my God, that's
Yes, I
disgusting.
know. The food was good though.
The food was good.
Okay.
So, anywho, so like I said, you can call in 754-303-9976. But so what happened is over the week when I was gone, there was a young lady who asked, "Are you burping too?" Stop muting your mic. This is so distracting.
I'm at the camera.
I'm looking at the camera.
You watching me? You watch the camera.
So the young lady, let me get to it. So the young lady was talking about she's dating, and I didn't realize that Facebook has a dating app. And I was like, "Oh, let me see." And she was like, "Aren't you married?" I was like, "But I just want to see, the app. I'm not trying to date anybody, but let me see." So there's a whole list of guys, and of course you can swipe left, swipe right, and they build their profile. I was like, "Wow, this is interesting," but I wouldn't want to be doing this. Why? I'm so happy that I'm married. I don't think I ever want to do that. So she meets different guys all the time. And so this one particular guy says to her, they went on like the second or third date. And she was like, "I'm really feeling him. He's really nice and this, that, and the other." And she talks a little bit about herself. But so he finally says, "Listen, I am not where I need to be. I am sick of every time we turn on the lights, these little nets. How do they get in here?
I don't know.
Is it because we keep the windows open sometimes? I guess. Anyway, yeah. So he says to her, I'm living with, a relative right now. I am transitioning to my own home. And not only that, I do have a child. I am on child support. And I am trying to, what did she say? He said, and I'm trying to, do what I have to do for my child, but I'm not where, I really want to be. And this is where I am. So I told her, I was like, well, that's very commendable on his part. Would you think?
Yes, that he was straightforward about his situation.
But that's scary that I said also to her because, she has her own house. She has a job. She also has, a side business. Her children are older. Like the kids are off into college and they have their own things that they're doing. But she's saying, should I or if I help him, what if he turns around and gets on his feet and then leave me?
That is so scary.
I told her that. I was like, that is very scary.
Because the downsides of it is sometimes a person will get with you just to get the benefit of getting back on their feet. Once they get on their feet, they have to go. And they just settle with you just because you're able to help them for their situation. So that is very scary.
And that's what I told her. I was like, that is a very, 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 scary situation. I don't know if I could do anything like that. And then I thought about it, actually, because we did do that, but we were married while we were going
through
while we were going. So, I didn't have any children or anything like that. You had a 4-year-old. Well, she was about 3 going on 4.
Yeah.
When we started dating, but we only dated for like a year, maybe a year and a half, and we were immediately married. And so all those things that she's talking about, we built together, and you never gave me an option to leave.
Correct. Because you had a glimpse in who I was going to be at that time.
A glimpse.
And you wanted part of that glimpse.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that, when you're in these types of relationships and you're in these types of things, especially when you're dating, it's really hard because she used to be married, and the marriage was, it was very, it wasn't a healthy marriage for her. So she had to get out. And so now you're back on the dating scene, and a lot of people are not where they pretend to be, even when they're on social media, they are really not where they pretend to be.
Well, people
And that's
social
scary.
line.
Mm-hmm.
People spend so many times social line on social media. You know, they want to tell this, but they be lying the whole time. Oh, I got this together. I own a Lexus, but not telling you they actually leasing that Lexus. Or they're
Well,
renting
there's
that
nothing
Lexus
wrong with leasing a car if you know what you're doing.
but the lease go back next week. Or they're renting for the time being,
Mm-hmm.
and they guess you think that they got themselves together, and all of a sudden their finance get drained. So
Yeah.
you don't know what a person go through unless you actually know them,
Mm-hmm.
and it's scary if a person not straightforward with the information.
This is correct. Well, bookers and onlookers, those are who are in the background. You guys have an opportunity to comment on this particular topic. You can also, like I said, click like and click share. Tag somebody in this. And if you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button so that you can subscribe to when we are coming back on again, so that you won't miss any one of these shows. Also, if you have a topic, we get people all the time that will email us at let's talk marriage the number one at gmail.com. So they're usually just inbox us, and they'll let us know the different topics that they would like to hear about. So we do our research, and we actually just we
Yeah.
put it out there. So we don't know everything, we just give our little tidbits and our relational or relationship
Correct.
advice, or the things that we've gone through, and we try to help people to grow from there. We have a little video for you guys. You want to go ahead and put that up? You want to put
Yes,
it up?
go ahead, put it up.
So we're going to add this video on here, and it's a pastor. And I saw this a while back, and I shared it with my husband, and we're going to go ahead and talk about it today. So let's see if we can go ahead, and hopefully we don't have any technical difficulties with.
No, we should not have technical difference.
Let's see. All right.
If a man is used to shattered pieces, he's used to things that are broken. Right? If I'm used to shattered pieces, I'm used to things that are broken, which is why it's easy for me to break you.
So, this video is talking about a man. I don't know if you guys could hear that. Let me know in the comments if you were able to hear it, because we can, the words are going up. But it's talking about a man being used to a woman being shattered and in pieces, and how he uses those pieces to his particular advantage. Is that what you kind of got from that?
No.
What did you
I
get?
didn't get that. What he was saying, that men are broken, and they use their brokenness to help break a woman as well, to their benefit, because they're used to being broken. They grew up in a broken home and a broken setting, so they grow up believing that's normal. They normalize their brokenness, and they force you to become part of their brokenness. They don't never get healing about what they're going through because they think it's normal. That's what that video is actually saying.
So we have a comment over on the side here. Let me bring one in. So Jennifer says, interesting. I guess this is going back to the previous conversation we were talking about. And she said, it's interesting. If she chooses to date him, I'm confused why she needs to help him other than being an emotional support.
I said the same thing.
Very good, because I said the same thing to her as well.
Yeah.
What are you going to be doing?
Because you're not getting the benefits out of that.
There's nothing that you need to be doing other than being there emotionally. But what does that also entail? Because sometimes we can be so much enwrapped into a person's life that we overextend
And I think
ourselves.
that's the problem right there. That is a problem. Sometimes we need to allow a person to go through their foolishness by themselves. And I'm not saying everything foolishness, but go through their situation by themselves to get themselves out of it. Because if we help every man when they fall down, how do they know how to stand?
Correct.
They don't. They get used to the crutch of you being there for them.
So what would you even say to her in this situation? Like, because my advice to her was, First, I said, I understand because, especially if you like the person, you are afraid, but you cannot wrap yourself up so emotionally with a person that you just met. So I would say take it very slow. This is what I shared with her. Go slow, see where it's going to be. If it's too much that you can't handle it, because it's a little baby, it's not a grown kid.
Well, the thing is, you shouldn't have to handle anything.
Mm-hmm.
Allow him to handle his situation, and allow him to come to you to try to, begin a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
We spend so much time trying to fix a person instead of allowing the person to fix himself. We all get in a relationship. I believe we all become broken. Are broken when we get in a relationship anyway. But the problem is everything that's broken is not meant for the relationship to be fixed.
Well, you keep saying that. So I like how Jennifer is saying that it's balance, right?
Yeah.
So we understand that we can't fix everyone, but when you are in a relationship, and this is why I tell people all the time, when you're shacking up, it's scary.
It is.
And you have to know how to just date. When I was dating you, I just knew how to date you. I didn't expect a whole lot. We were just doing whatever it was that we were doing, and it wasn't a bunch of sex and all of that like
Yeah,
other
we
people
actually-
really thought it
actually were
was.
having fun.
We enjoyed ourselves. We
Yeah.
had fun. We often went to the beach, like we still do now.
Yeah, at the time.
We would go out of town. We would we would go and eat at different restaurants. Like we just had a lot of fun.
Well,
I didn't expect so much from you. I just knew that we were in a decent relationship. Go ahead.
honestly, you did expect something from me. You expect my attention, and it was my responsibility to give it to you.
I didn't expect your attention.
Yes, you did. You liked when I came, gave you all my attention.
Well, I liked the attention, but I didn't expect it because
But
you had
you-
other priorities.
No. You're right. But that's still was my responsibility to give you my attention.
We were just dating.
So what?
I
If
didn't care.
if I want to develop a bigger relationship, go further in our relationship, I have to give you that attention to show you that I'm willing to work, even within my situation that I was in at that time.
Okay, well, I could kind of understand that. I
Otherwise,
understand that
you'd be
from-
like, I ain't got time for this foolishness. This dude
Okay.
barely pay me he barely pay me any attention.
Okay, I see what you're saying with that. Like you had to show me something in
Yeah.
order to make me see you.
See, and the thing is if he just constantly paying everybody attention instead of paying you attention,
Mm-hmm.
who actually working the relationship out, you or him? That means it's you doing everything in that relationship.
Right.
Because why? He ain't give you no attention, but he expect you to be there for him every time you turn around.
Right.
Because
okay.
both parties need some type of attention. I'm gonna need you to come over once in a while to hug me, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And if you don't do that, what happened?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, this is true. I agree with that because I didn't understand what you were saying when you were like, I wanted your attention. I didn't care if you gave it to me one way or the other. But when you started to,
Mhm.
I understand. Yeah,
Yeah.
because we are looking for, what are you bringing to the table in the sense of, for me, it was, were you going to, be there? Were you going to show up in these areas where you said that you were? And were
Correct.
you going to be a man of your word? So yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
So I like Jennifer says here, she asked another question. She said, what does she like about him? Jennifer, I can't tell you all this girl business.
That he's a man.
But that he's a man. That is true. Because I was like, do you like women? She was like, no, that he is a man. I can't, tell you all this girl business.
Sometimes your like do not actually make the relationship. It's just a like.
Mhm.
And I think people get
What
too
did you say? It's just a like?
just a like.
Okay.
Because you don't know the person. You just like what you see.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you pay about when you go in the mall, you see something you actually like until you try it on, like, oh no, it's not for me.
Mm-hmm.
It don't fit me. So you have to take it back.
Right.
So just because we see something we like, that don't mean it fit us.
Oh, I like how you said that. Just because you like it doesn't mean that it is for you. So I posted something earlier today and it said, I said, just because a person is in church, it does not mean that you're supposed to marry them. I said, because church is like a hospital. Everybody goes, but it doesn't mean that they're taking the advice or the treatment that is required of them to take. Sometimes the treatment just don't take,
And at the same time, everybody do not pay attention to the doctor.
That's correct. They don't do what the doctor tells them to
So you go
do.
into church hoping that you get somebody that gonna be fixed or that gonna come out healed, and they come out more damaged than they were.
Mhm. Just a mess. So, Jennifer, I like all your questions here. Or actually, this is a statement which she says sometimes people move too fast because of their needs, and it is selfish and a setup for a failed relationship when they don't meet. Girl, you better come on and say a word. When
And
they
you-
don't meet our expectations.
And you know why they
This
don't?
is very good. Go
You know
ahead.
why? Because they're lying the whole time.
So I don't think that that the person is really lying.
They lying about something because if the relationship, if I'm like this, if you're gonna move fast in a relationship like our relationship, we move pretty fast. But I was very transparent about a lot of stuff.
But no, not everything.
I know about especially when it came down to my child support situation, my baby mama situation.
I found
I've
that
been
out.
very
Well, I
transparent.
had no choice but to find that out. You had to tell me if we were going to be together. Where's your money going?
Oh no, I was gonna tell you that because I ain't want no issue. But at the same time, I was very transparent and I proved myself to you because I told you if you be there for me when everything get done, I'll be there for you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like you didn't have no expectation on what's going to take place. I was a man of my word. Most people don't know. Now discovering a lot of men are not true to their word.
Mm-hmm.
And that make it hard on a relationship because you don't know who to trust no more because most men don't know how to stand by their word.
I agree with you. I agree with you. You were definitely a man of your word, but as far as there were a lot of things that I had to pull out of you. I don't think that you wanted me to know a lot of things because you didn't want me to leave. So I agree and I disagree with what you're saying.
Well, that's okay.
Don't be like this.
I'm not mad.
Don't you can't be
still
mad.
together.
We still together.
All right, then.
Joy Nicole says perfectly said. So here we go. Where are we going? Where are we going here? Here's Jennifer again. She said, I heard what he said to her, and she made an assumption. Ooh, that he needed her help. So
I like that.
now that's getting straight to the.
That's kind of deep.
So I asked her to ask, does he even need your help? Because sometimes I think that people share these things with you. They tell you
So you be aware.
so that you can be aware and you make the move on how you want to move. Because he has a job, he is transitioning to a different place. He's not asking, can he move with her? He's not asking any of that. He's, he makes his own money. He's able to pay for, their dinner dates and things like that. And even when she wanted to pay for some things herself, he said, wait a minute, no, I got it. I don't want you to have to do that again. I want to be able to take care of you. I want to show that I can, I can do this. I can pay for it myself. So those are things that she's looking for. He's doing those things. But for me, I'm like, Jennifer, it's only been 3 days.
Well, the thing is, just because a person tell you their business, it's not really, they don't need your help. Not everybody needs your help. Because when I tell you something about what's going on, I don't need to interject and try to fix it. It's not for you to fix. Because sometimes you don't understand what's really going on. I'm just giving enough information so be aware of what's taking place. Now you jumping involved in something that you don't really understand how to fix, but you want to really help. You make the situation worse.
Yeah. I just think that the whole dating scene is very, very, very scary.
This days and time, yes. Like my uncle said, we spoke to him on yesterday. He said a mouthful. And we sit here and not understanding what's going on. The game have changed right in front of our eyes. Dating game have changed, and we still think that it's still 1990s, 2000. Nah, we in 2022, and this generation is not playing by this dating game. They are dating to get some.
Oh, I don't bust myself in the mouth. Wait a second. So wait, hold on. That was good. So I'm so excited. So it brings me to this thing that we both watched together. Instagram got a bunch of men that really want to speak out and they have something to say. So we went to the beach today And then after the beach, we went to my favorite restaurant, Rocco's Tacos. That's one of them. I can hear you crunching.
I'm sorry.
The ice is good.
Yes.
So we went to Rocco's Tacos, and the young guy that was there, he said to me, he was like, he said, "You guys are married?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "How long you been married?" And this is our waiter, this young white guy, and I said, 16 years. He was like, "Oh, I've been married for 2 years, and I'm telling you, me and my wife, we're fighting now about a dog." He was like, "It's my emotional support dog." He said, "But people tell me happy wife, happy life." I was like, "That's not true." I said, "That's not true." And he looked at me, his eyes open wide. He was like, "What do you mean?" I thought he was going to put that doggone bill down and just sit down and have a whole session with me. He was like, "No, I've never heard nobody say that before." I said, "You got to keep on living, baby." I said, "Because you will find out soon enough that it's not happy wife, happy life. It's happy house or happy spouse, happy each other."
Yes.
I said, "Don't you have feelings too?" He looked at me like he wanted to cry. He was like, "I do, but she doesn't listen to them." And then he was like, "What is your name?" He was trying to get my number. So I gave him my business information, and I said, "You can call me." I said, "But that isn't true. You have feelings too."
Correct.
And he was looking like, "I never heard nobody say that. I got feelings." So, oh my goodness, we had an amazing dinner. And so, but it brought me to the other thing where the guy was talking about, he said he can't tell.
But why? Well, you
Go
have
ahead,
to
baby.
get back to why he said what he said. See, the thing is, the young lady asked a question. Are you scared of a real woman?
No. Okay, so I got to get back to that.
Yeah.
So there was another video that we saw, and the woman asked, and we couldn't put it up because it was a lot of cussing.
Yes.
And the woman asked the man, "Are you afraid of a real woman?"
Yeah, a real woman.
And he
Exactly.
said, "No, I'm not." He said, "Women are afraid of a real man." He said, "Because if I asked you not to go out and dressing a certain way, or not to be with this person, or not to do that, or not to do this," he said, "it's not that I'm trying to control you, it's I'm trying to protect you." He said, "Nowadays, you cannot tell the real women from the hoes." I was like, "You got to be kidding me." He said, "Because y'all all walk together. Y'all are all in the same circle." He said, "How are we supposed to know?" He said, "When you see a bunch of lions coming down the street and they are all in the same pack," he said, "you're going to move out the way because there's a bunch of lions."
He said, "You ain't going to walk to the lion and find out which one ain't going to bite."
Yeah, he said, you ain't going to walk to the lion.
Because you all in coming to agreement.
Yes.
I can't tell the woman from the you know what.
Yeah, he said, "I can't tell the woman from the hoes because y'all dress." He said, "You're dressing alike and you are in the same circle." I posted the other day, birds of a feather flock together. Be careful of your communication.
I'm gonna be a
Don't say devil's advocate because you ain't the devil's advocate.
Nah, I'm be an advocate on something like that.
What?
Now the thing is let's say this.
It's cold. You got your fan on over
No, it's
there?
not on. Just get close to me, baby. I'm hot.
You are warm. Go ahead.
The thing is I hear what he's saying, but sometimes a woman decides to hang around a certain woman because we men don't know how to act like men. No, we don't know how to act like men. Some of that very childish.
But so it's funny how you're on the woman's side and I'm on the men's side.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that I believe that the men don't know how to behave because they were not taught how, and then they are around other men that are behaving as boys, and so they just continue down this spiral. Because just like the young man asked me today, well, happy wife, happy life, like he was like, happy wife, happy,
because he be taking advice from people that don't understand how to be married.
Right. So if you have a bunch of people, a bunch of men telling other men the wrong thing, so it's just a trickle down effect. So it's not taking away from the man wanting to do and wanting to be those particular things, but he doesn't know how. And then you have a woman that comes in because she's supposed to be the helpmeet to be able to see. So it says when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. So what does that mean? She should already be acting in her authority of the woman that she. Oh, yeah.
Oh, say it.
She should already be acting in her authority. She should already be a woman in waiting. A man doesn't want to have to go, and a hoe is easy to find.
Oh, they're very easy.
We can go right outside right now on 79th Street. It's real easy to find them.
You don't have to go that far.
But we can find them.
I mean,
they're and they walk, like he said, in a lion's pack. They walk in packs.
The thing is now we understand that part. But then when the man do speaks, also because begin to understand that when a
Mhm.
man do speaks, how heavy his voice is. Most women don't want to hear that. We're like, nah, you yelling at me. Don't you yell at me, baby. I'm not yelling. I'm just telling you, I don't want you to have that on. I don't like that on you. It revealed too much. Something that I like, I don't want nobody else to like.
And it's not that you don't want nobody else to like it. You just don't want nobody to, because
Yeah,
because you're
you're
a
right.
man, you know how another man thinks.
I want
Because
nobody to,
if I'm dressing in a certain way with you, you've never told me, oh, don't take that off. You always say, oh, that looks nice. It's very tasteful, right?
yeah.
But then there are other men that will see me and will even, they will look me up and down and be dang near about to grab me out your arms. But then
They see a big man like me, like, nah, let me not
but
think about it.
what I'm saying is that I don't think a man wants something that nobody else don't want. I don't know.
Now you talking.
Shut
Now you
up.
talking.
Anywho, so we have 2 more comments. We have Jennifer says, exactly. And are you willing to date a broken person while working on being fixed?
Sometimes two broken people could actually be in a position if they have the right mind to balance each other out without interfering in their fix. Look at us.
Wait a minute.
Oh, you wasn't all together, and I wasn't either. I was not sitting here and play the bro.
I was together. Hold on, let me.
Was in.
We'll talk
'Cause
about that.
It
Hold on.
hit the fan. It was all over the place.
Hold on, y'all. We got our inside jokes. We don't know about hitting the fan. Don't do it. Hold on. Let's bring up Joy Nicole's comment. She says, being from a younger generation, the dating scene has become scarce. Chivalry is dead. So if you make it to 3 days, you're ready to get married on the 4th, not truly knowing who the person is. Are you saying that this is what people are trying to do at this point because you're just trying to get someone? Explain that just a little bit better, Joy Nicole, or you can call in at 754-303-9976. Go ahead.
I would say she's right on the beginning that chivalry is dead. Because most men don't know how to culture a woman as he meet
Cultivate.
her. Cultivate. No, not cultivate. You can't cultivate. Yeah, let's be ready to get married.
Mhm.
He don't even know how to open it. He don't even know how to open the door for her. He don't even know how to hold her hand.
Well, that's because women are saying, "Oh, I don't need a man to do this. I don't need a man to do that. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it."
It's like used to the point where she opened her own door. He would walk in before she do.
Mm-hmm.
And look back and say, baby, you come and she looking like, I thought you were going to open the door for me.
Mm-hmm.
But you told me last night you could do it yourself. So do it yourself. And I think we all miss the ball because we miss allowing the man to be a man. But at the same time, we want the man to understand that we could be independent. No, I don't need you to be independent. I need you to want me.
I like this question here. How do we define a real woman or man? Do you want to hear my definition first?
Go right ahead.
So, I think a lot of people think that it's extreme feminine qualities and different things like that. And some women are like that. But I think, and this is just me, because I'm tomboyish, like I can get outside and I can throw a football and I can play football with my kids. I can play basketball. But then I can turn around and I can put on some nails. I can, try and doll myself up. I can wear makeup and things like that. But I don't think it has anything to do with the outer appearance.
It doesn't.
I think it has everything to do with what's going on within. I just really don't think that it has anything to do with the outer appearance. And I'm not a man, so I don't know what it is to be a man, but I do know for me, I had to really reevaluate because what I've been told a woman is supposed to be and all these different things, I'm just like, my husband doesn't even require me to do a lot of those particular things. And when I was doing it because I thought that this was what a woman was supposed to be and what a woman was, I was miserable. And for me, I'm so transparent. And he, like we have such a wonderful communication that I could come to him and say, I'm not happy. I don't like this. I don't want to do that.
And what I tell you,
You ain't got to do it.
the thing is being a man is not something that you do overnight. It's something you have to be taught from birth. And because it's a responsibility in the way to train the mind training of a man and everything else, it took a lot for me to understand my role as a man. So to know the true definition of a man, it takes another man to help that man to be that man. But it takes a real man to understand that I need help. We don't have it together. We all don't have it, but we together we can get it together. That's why I surround myself around good men that are able to tell me the truth without have to, feel like I got to hide myself from this man. No, tell me the truth. What can I do differently to help me be a better husband? What can I do to help me be a better man, a better brother, a better father? We too busy trying to be something that we did not have growing up.
Right. But I think even if we are trying to meet other people's expectations, sometimes if we can just be ourselves and respect the person's or respect that person just being themselves and just accepting them, their flaws and all, if they decide to change, some of those things can be tweaked and things like that. And I believe that as we continue to grow, there's some things that you would want to change. I see Jennifer's statement here. She said she hates the word. She despises the word tomboy. And let me tell you something. I hate it too.
I really hate that. I really hate it.
And the thing is, and the reason why is because my daughter, I have one daughter, I have one that's extremely, when I tell you feminine to the 10th degree. Makeup, this girl here drives me crazy, right? And then I have one who likes to go and play basketball. She's just as beautiful though, right? She likes to play basketball. She's outside playing football with the boys. She's, swimming. She's like, mommy, I ain't got time for this, that, and the other. She is extremely physically, fit.
She's active. That's it.
Extremely active, right? And then when you hear people say tomboy, and she's like,
that's a stipulation that they want to put on somebody.
She's like, what do you mean? Why am I a tomboy? She's like, I'm still a girl. I just like to do these things. And I said, it wasn't until I had her and she was able to vocalize certain things. And she said, will a man still love me even though I like to play football? Do I have to wear these dresses all the time? And I'm like, no, baby, your dad likes me.
The thing is when I was growing up, my mom, she went outside and played football with us. My dad was barely around. Literally, he was barely around. So my mom used to go outside and play baseball, football, kickball. She used to do all that stuff with us. You name it, she did it. And the reason she did it so we could always have that opportunity to go outside and play with our parents. Most child don't have that responsibility to have that what you call it?
Most parents or
them type of parents.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing
don't
is,
have those type of parents.
And the thing is just because a young lady like to go out there and throw the football, that don't mean nothing. She just like to throw the football.
Yeah, that's true.
Just because she like to go play, because when I'm telling you right now, I know some young lady who go out there and play football, baseball, they turn around, walk out with a nice dress on. You be like, what in the world? But was you just out there playing football? Yeah, but I'm still a lady.
Yeah.
That that don't define you as a human being. That's just an activity that you do.
Mm. Now these comments are coming in quickly. I'm gonna go up and we're gonna go back just a little bit.
Okay.
To join Nicole's, and she says, just to be able to say I have someone, we allow and accept certain things, does not necessarily mean we are equally yoked.
Amen.
Amen. I'm just gonna agree. There's nothing else to say.
You said a lot.
She said a lot. We're going to go down here, and she said she missed the whole scenario. So she was picking back off of what you were saying.
Oh, okay.
So Jennifer here says the problem with some, I guess she was trying to say women, is misidentifying the need of a woman by her strength. It's a man's job to the woman he is with. You're gonna have to clean this up a little bit, Jennifer. I don't understand
I
this.
kind of understand what you're trying to say.
Tell me
but,
what she's saying.
you know, the thing is at my job, we have a bunch of women. I mean, a lot of women.
Mm-hmm.
And they spend more of their time trying to prove they could do my job better than me. But the problem is that you cannot be a man better than I am. And same thing, I cannot be a better woman than she is, than you are. But if we begin to accept our weakness and our strength together, we could be something together better. We spend too much time trying to be in competition with the opposite sex. There's no competition with the opposite sex. It's either you want to be with me or not. And we got to find a medium to work together to be something better.
Mm.
I've never seen so many marriages where it's competition. I could do that better than him. I could cook better than him. No, it's like, what in the world? I cook.
Mm-hmm.
You cook. But I ain't gonna go there and trying to beat you cooking something. You cook a mean lasagna. I ain't gonna go out there and make me no lasagna trying to challenge you. I'm not gonna do that. I like your lasagna, and I want you to continue making that lasagna.
I'm not cooking.
You know, just like you like me to cook certain things, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So why are we in competition with our spouse instead of loving our spouse, trying to find out how to make my spouse better? That we did for each other.
I agree. I think that with you and I, we were something different. You understood me in a way that most people were not trying to get to understand me. So it was easy to love you. It was easy to just kind of let go and just allow, what happened just to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It was just easy. You didn't come in with any like rules or expectations of me. You just came in with, listen, I love you. I'm going to help you I brought in a bunch of luggage, and you said, I'm going to help you unpack them. And I mean, it took some years to, just to unpack one bag.
Yeah.
So now I have a little small luggage,
Mm-hmm.
and it has some things in there, but it's not for him to work on. Those things are mine.
Correct.
And sometimes we can hold on to some things because we don't want to let them go. But now we are at the level where he says, those are your things.
Correct.
It's up to you to let it go. That I can't help you with, only but so much. The thing that I needed the most from you, Ilias, I believe that you gave me was just for you to love me, and didn't expect anything more from me but what I could give in the moment that I was able to give it. And you didn't put any labels or any rush or anything. You allowed me to heal in my own time.
Yeah.
You gave me space to kind of just do my own thing.
When I was growing up, my my mother grandmother, grandma, she said, she used to grow plants.
Mm-hmm.
And every time you see one of the trees, when our plants begin to wither, like it's done, she said, no, baby, go in the cabinet, give me an aspirin, put it inside the soil, put some water on it, and watch tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
2 days later, that thing beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't force it to grow.
Mm-hmm.
What she did, she allowed it to heal.
Mm-hmm.
And we spend so much time trying to force somebody to grow and give people rules and regulation, not realizing it's your responsibility to just be there. Your responsibility to give them what they need so they could grow.
Mm.
We cannot grow if you're trying to force something out of something that is not meant to come out of.
Mm. Yeah, I like that. Sometimes, our grandparents gives us the most amazing analogies, and we bring it over into our now, and it helps us in our future. And then we give it to our own children, and we give them those same analogies, and we just tell them, okay, you'll figure it out when you get older.
Yeah.
As to why I say, excuse me, what I'm saying. So I mean, I'm just so thankful to everybody for commenting, and even the people in the background that are just coming in, or or just filling us out and seeing what this is all about. We just really just greatly appreciate you, and we're now going into our pillow talk segment.
Yeah.
We couldn't even finish our full video, but it was all worth it. This was really a really good conversation. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
So
very good conversation.
If you guys have any other questions or concerns, you can continue to keep putting them, but we're going into pillow talk.
Dun, 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 dun.
So Pillow Talk, what we do is that we bring up different, topics or different questions that I have here on my little cards. I know you guys can't see it; it's a big blur.
Yeah, the light kind of
The light is messing it up. So we have these questions. These are questions that you can also ask your mate. You can go back to this video at whatever time this is. This is 8:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can go back and look at this time and see, just look at one of these questions or listen to one of these questions that we're going to ask, and maybe ask your spouse as well. So I'm going to ask Ilias a question, and then he's going to ask me that same question. Let me see, because some of these I've asked before. Oh, no, I don't want to ask that. Okay.
Okay.
Ask me something that you think is off limits.
That's not too much. That's off limit for you.
I mean, because I'm an open book.
Yeah.
That's why I tell y'all, the devil ain't gonna play with me because I tell my own business. Ain't got no business. Go ahead. What's off topic?
Again, the open book. That's what I'm gonna ask. So find different questions. That ain't gonna work.
Okay. So I think this is a good question. I've asked this before.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask it again. How can I best support you in this chapter in your life? How can I support you?
Ooh.
This microphone is tickling my nose.
Beyond what you being there, your presence, the ore that you have that you bring to the table, and the thrive that you have, it excites me to keep on going further. So automatically, it's just you. I just need you.
It's 8:45. You're trying to get you some. I see.
I almost said something.
Please. My grandma might be watching.
Well, I almost said something again.
Okay. So now I have to answer the question.
Yes, your turn.
It's my turn.
Yes.
So how can you best support me in this chapter of my life? I just need you. I just need you to be there, continuing to do exactly what you're doing. I know that we all change, but you continue to change for the better.
Yeah.
So just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, nothing. I like the opportunity. I like it that I am able to say, and I know this may sound bad because I don't have to work, but I do have my own private practice, and and I'm telling you, he supports me in everything. But I do like, and I just said that to somebody today, I like the fact, and this person has the same type of husband. And I said, because she wanted to try out this job. And I said, you can try the job out. If you don't like it, you can always tell them people, all right, I'm out, and I liked that I always had the opportunity to tell a job that I've ever tried to work. I don't have to do this. My husband finna come pick me up.
I'll go pack her office.
And he would have to go pack up my offices. He's like, you only been here a month. I'm like, it just. So we just realized that I am not good with working. I can work for somebody, but everything I do, because I like to read. Yeah, it has to be a subcontract, because everything that I do, I read and I understand the law, and I do everything the best of my ability. And sometimes what happens is that because I'm coming in with too much, I know I can be a lot, but they can't take it, especially when I know my stuff and they want me to be fraudulent. I can't do it.
No, I don't need you.
So I'm just like, nope, nope. So, and let's see. Do you want to do one more question? Y'all want one more question?
One more question.
One more question.
Question.
Ooh. What do you think I'm most sensitive to?
Ooh,
you got something on that. What am I most sensitive to?
Let somebody cross your path about me. Oh, she will go to bats on her baby.
Shut up.
Oh, yes, you will.
I love you. What do you want me to do?
You turn to a lion, a whole lion.
Not the man lion.
No, not that lion. If you look at the Animal Channel.
Oh, God. Now I'm an animal? Go ahead.
The female lion are more vicious when it come down to it, because they were script the male lion of all his hair if he get out of line to let him know you ain't nothing without us.
So, oh my God.
So you are mine.
I'm sensitive about you because I know some of your flaws, and when people try to attack you, it makes me upset because I know how far you've come, and it is my responsibility, I think, to defend you. But to be honest with you, nobody that knows us will come to me about you or say anything negative about you. The people, my friends and family, they love you.
Yeah, yeah.
But outsiders
That don't
that
understand.
don't know, yeah, they do. They do kind of get it, and
They
God
get
is,
warm about other people though.
God is still,
Working with you.
well, He knows my heart.
that is forgery.
So, what you're most sensitive about is, I would say, this whole family. I've seen where He always walks behind us. Like as we're walking, the kids are playing, and He keeps his loaded weapon on him because number one, he's the type of work that he does. But I see you like sometimes when we're passing different mirrors and things like that, how you're just always just hovering and watching us, and it makes me feel so safe and secure. Even the kids, they're just like, we're not going there if Daddy's not coming because you know what he's packing. I'm just like, Daddy can't just hurt everybody. But they, the kids, especially our son, he's just like, if anything is going wrong, he looks over and he looks up and he's like, no, my daddy right there. No, my daddy right there. So I like that the kids get to say that. But anyhow,
It's my job to do that.
it is. I mean, I don't know if it's your job, but I can say that
Well,
that
I'm
you
a
do it and you do it well.
I'm a husband 24 hours a day, 7 days a week,
Mhm.
365.
Mhm.
Only work 8 hours a day.
Anywho, thank you guys for listening into us and giving us your hour. Well, we've been on for 50 minutes, and we really appreciate you and for
Yes.
coming on. And remember that you can always follow us on YouTube and
Spotify,
you can follow us on Spotify. Make sure that you subscribe on YouTube. If you haven't already, hit the
iTunes.
subscribe button. You're just still naming the stuff. Let me tell the people to
Oh
subscribe.
yeah.
Subscribe to our channel and also like, comment, and share it. Sometimes, like we always say towards the end, is that if you don't like it, so this may be good for somebody else.
That's true.
You know
That's
what I'm
true.
saying?
That's
This
very
may
true.
be good for somebody else. So share it on your page.
Because honestly, we don't know what everybody going through.
You don't know. And this could be something that could really help someone else. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? We don't know it all. We don't have all the answers, but we know what we've been through
Mhm.
and how we've handled that particular situation. We've now, have parents that are deceased.
Yeah.
And we're still kind of going through that. My mom has only been, has passed away for 2 months now.
Correct.
And so we're still, kind of working through that. Your mom passed away. It'll be 2 years now. And 2 years and a half. Nope.
Yeah.
Just
years.
November, 2 years. And so we're still just dealing with that. It's like we just saw these people, and they're gone. Your father's gone, and we're working through those particular things. And this is the next chapter of our life. We've been married for 16 years, and I'm telling you, it is some things are difficult, but everything isn't. It's not hard because we have each other. And the more, this is what I say, the stress that the enemy puts on us, the more, for whatever reason,
because we
we
don't
bring
allow,
ourselves closer together.
we do not allow our situation to destroy our marriage because we may be broke yesterday. That don't mean I hate you yesterday. I still love you. I love you even more because
Mhm.
if you would stay with me in my brokenness, why would I leave you when I get on my feet?
That's true.
People don't understand that we are in this together. If you're in a marriage, you're in it together. It's your responsibility in your heart to the person that you love to show them that I'm willing to ride and die with you, baby. So that means let's get this taken care of. If we're going through a financial difficulties,
Mhm.
let's figure out how we're gonna get out of this together.
Mhm.
Because the thing is, I hear people act like they're single in their own marriage.
Yeah.
And that's when the marriage begin to fail because you looking for an exit and not a success.
Yeah. or solution.
Yeah, that's true.
Or solution. So we're going to go ahead and bid you guys adieu. We love you all with the love of the Lord, and there is nothing you can do about it. Stop
You
looking
know.
like you want to kiss me. Just look at the camera like you told me earlier. Look at the camera.
You got some nice lips.
Anywho, again, we
Bid
love
adieu.
you. We love you guys.
Yes, thank you guys. God bless you.
I'm gonna go ahead and get off because this man is doing too much.
No, I'm
You're
not.
doing the most. It is 8:53 and you're doing too much. It's time to go. Tell the
Okay.
people bye.
Bye.
Follow us on all social platforms. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye bye.